Yo, what's up YouTube? This is my C++ Minecraft clone, and in this stream, hopefully my internet doesn't go down. At the start of the stream, the internet was showing problems. I'll be monitoring the situation. As of now, both Twitch and YouTube are saying the connection is excellent, so we'll see about that. I'll summarize the previous stream. It was the least productive stream I've ever had. We just solved the bugs to finally render the cactus properly, and we added a dead bush for 3 hours. We just did that. And off stream, I was thinking about where to go from here, what to focus on. And because Minecraft is a huge game and we cannot implement everything, obviously. Like Minecraft is created by millions of dollars. Minecraft is worth so many dollars and I'm a single developer. I cannot do everything. So I think it would be best if we start focusing on only one part of Minecraft. Only one part of Minecraft. For example, that could be the fighting system, to have very cool fighting system, like Hytale focused on the fighting system. The other focus can be having the mobs, enemies, to have more interesting enemies, to have bosses just like in Terraria. That's another idea. And what else? So that's what I mean. We can focus on, we have a lot of options on what to focus on. And I think one of the options is the redstone. One of the options is the redstone. And even if we look at YouTube, like YouTube, Minecraft redstone, like there's like a huge community just focused on the redstone. Like this guy built, like here you can notice this guy like built ChatGPT with Minecraft redstone. Like this guy makes huge like redstone contraptions. And obviously in the community, like there is a big interest in something like redstone, but with more functionality. And I'm thinking I would like my game to be that. The whole game to be focused just on the redstone. So for example, this project, to able to run it, he had to do a lot of yeah, let me go, I'll come back in 2 minutes. Yo, what's up? So, what would that look like if the focus is just on the redstone? Let's pop out chat. Hey, talking about redstone, what did I miss? Yo, what's up? First, is the connection all right? Because my network was having issues. And second, I was talking about redstone. Yo, what's up? Since I was thinking off stream, I was thinking that I should focus on one part of Minecraft to not try to implement everything. And I think that part should be redstone. Like the other options is to improve the fighting system, like Hytale is trying. The other part is to improve enemies, like Terraria has bosses, to have bosses. There are many options on what we can focus on, because we cannot implement everything. And one option is redstone. Because if you can look at online, there is a huge community just on redstone. Like, and I'm a big fan of redstone. Like even this guy. Like there are a lot of people pushing the limit of redstone. For example, this guy like making like an actual computer with RAM, memory, etc. But he couldn't run it just in Minecraft. He couldn't run it just in Minecraft. He had to use a special server, etc. because it's taxing to be able to run all of this monstrosity. And there are a lot of mods for Redstone. Redstone mods Minecraft. And I'm thinking if I make a voxel game like Minecraft, I want it to be the whole focus just on Redstone. Just on Redstone. That's what I was thinking. And what would that mean is here in this game, that would mean because last stream I was thinking of adding the clouds and the sun and moon. And if the focus is on the redstone, we don't need to add the sun and moon and clouds. That's what I was thinking. Because in the Java clone, we have redstone. I started working on it. It's not like I haven't done redstone before. I have implemented redstone before, but I haven't made complicated contraptions. So in the C++ clone, we can replicate the same functionality as my Java clone and go further to lock in just on the redstone. That's what I'm thinking. Like here, in this clone here, we have redstone. Like I've already implemented redstone. And you can light it, sure. And you can play around with it. Can it interact with the door actually? Can it interact with the door? No. Like, because we moved to C++, like all of these features, we started moving to C++. Here, we started moving to C++. This is the C++ version, and we added infinite terrain. We added this desert, and we added custom block hover. I'm a bit fast. We added the custom block hover. And that's cool, right? That's cool. And I was thinking, like, I think that if we focus just on one part of Minecraft, we'll have a much better experience to not try to implement everything. For example, if we just focus on redstone, we don't have to implement okay, we may need to implement inventory, but we will not need to implement the menu. Like, we don't need to bother with that. And that saves up on time, and we will not need to bother with the shadows. For now at least. And we don't need to bother adding caves as well, if we focus just on the redstone. I think that would be... but I am still thinking about it. I'm not completely sure. What's good, man? How are you? I'm fine. Actual state of project, how it looks like in game, what is done. This is the Java clone, like I showed it all of the streams. The Java clone has the most things, but look at how even here, like, look, sure, like this is cool, like don't get me wrong, this is cool, like my Java clone, that we have so many features, we have even mobs, but it's not specialized in anything. Like, the mobs are not perfect, they have issues. The lighting is not perfect, it's not smooth lighting. Even the redstone, it's not perfect, it has issues. Like here, it should connect with the redstone torch. And the menu, we don't have settings. Like, you can notice how everywhere we have slight issues. Wherever you look, there are slight issues. And there's nothing like, there's no wow moment. And even the clouds at the distance, they're not like the original Minecraft. Here I'm in. Let's ignore the dragon here, but here in the original Minecraft, the clouds are better here in the distance. Look, here in the distance, the cloud looks a lot better at the distance. They're not like mine. Like, I've implemented many things. I've spent many hours, but it's like everywhere, whatever you look at, it's average. And if we focus just on one thing, for example, just redstone, we'll manage to be different. And that's what I want. I want to be like, I want this project, the C++ project, to stand out in some way. That's what I want. And it's difficult to stand out when I'm trying to make one-to-one clone with Minecraft. And that's why I was thinking of focusing just on redstone. It doesn't have to be redstone, it can be anything, but I think redstone fits better myself since I'm computer science. I have a bachelor's in computer science. I've started to repeat that too many times. I'll stop mentioning it in other streams, but this will be the exception. I think because of that, like my interest in computers, in programming, for me it will be fun if I focus on redstone. But there are other options as well, like fighting, like bosses, etc. And if we focus just on redstone, I think it will be possible for us to stand out, to change redstone, to add our own implementations if we focus just on one thing. For example, with redstone, we'll attempt to what's my idea? My idea is, once we manage to implement redstone just as I have it in the Java clone, we'll start to implement complicated contraptions like a 5x5 door or a display or RAM, to have RAM inside of the game. Like all of those cool redstone contraptions people make, to replicate them as well in the Minecraft clone, which specializes just on the redstone. And we'll see many issues with the redstone. And since I'm making everything, it will be easy to make changes. Whatever the changes we need to make, we'll be able to make them. And with time, gradually, we'll manage to transition to an original game idea that, in a sense, is just redstone as a game. Only redstone. And we'll be able to give the game, like, if we change some textures and change, like, if the game becomes a lot different than the redstone itself, we'll be able to publish the game and as a standalone original idea. But we have to differ from redstone a lot, but that would be for in the future if all of this is like okay. That's what I've been thinking off stream. That's what I've been thinking like the whole day, man. I was like, for a few hours I was planning on, should I stream, should I make a video, what should I do? And I was thinking, and I was like, should I make my own game? What should I do? Like, because I cannot continue on making a clone of Minecraft since I cannot release this. I have a game of my own, but I cannot share it with people. And I think with the current situation, the brilliant approach will be all in, focus just on the redstone. I think that would be the best approach. Let's see if Twitch, there is somebody in Twitch. Yo, what's up? Good afternoon. Are you using a library for the noise, or did you implement? No. I would never implement from scratch the noise. I'm using a library. It's just a heap file. It's just a header file. Single header. What was it? This Perlin noise. Just look at SIV Perlin noise, and you'll find it. What's up with YouTube? Love the clone so far. it look one-to-one, but this don't what to say. I have actually made inside of Minecraft using commands, using scoreboards to calculate. Have a nice day. Gotta go, it's late here. Okay, Maskeli, thanks for coming. Pro GTA 6 will come before the original game idea. Well, hopefully not. Should I make my own game? Bro, might actually find an idea. White Knuckles clone with C++ really when? Anyway, see ya. Bye, Maskeli. Bro, why? What you didn't do from scratch? Yeah. So that's what I was thinking, to focus just on the redstone. I was thinking to focus just on the redstone. So what would that look like for this stream and for future streams? For these streams, we have a 3-hour limit. So for this stream, for 3 hours, we can implement the redstone dust. That's what we can do for the 3 hours. And it will be quite fast since I've already implemented in the Java clone and we have a lot of the base it needs to step on, so it will not take that much time. And for future streams, we'll be able to quickly add the other redstone components. Like we can even spawn them in the Java clone. I give myself items from the inventory class. Here I give myself cheat items. And I have a redstone block. I have redstone, I have repeater. What else? The button. What happened? Yeah, I have the button. The lever, pressure plate, string, tripwire, redstone lamp, fence gate, trapdoor, and sticky piston. That's what I have. That's what I have. This is the redstone components in the Java clone. And the goal for these 3 hours could be to move them. The goal for this stream could be to move these components to the C++ clone. Like this component. It has a delay, it has everything. The tripwire. Man, the tripwire took the most amount of time. And again, look at even the tripwire. It has its own issues. Even the tripwire has its own issues. It's not perfect, but it kinda works. Like here, it detects me stepping on it, and it has its little animation. But if I make it more complicated, like adding the other tripwires, like the mesh looks fine here, the mesh looks fine, how it connects, sure, but now it doesn't work. Like, that's what I mean. I've implemented many things, but all of the things are kind of surface level. All of the things have issues. And I'm a single developer, and I cannot make everything perfect. Especially since on Minecraft there is a whole team working on it, and I'm a single developer who doesn't know what he's doing, and I'm learning throughout my process. And I think I'll be spreading myself thin, trying to implement, for example, the mobs as well. Like I managed to implement some of the mobs, but look, even the zombie, it has its own issues. And here, even the menu, like everywhere you can find slight issues. And if we focus on one thing, just on one thing for the whole project, to never have to implement, for example, the mobs, to be able to focus just on one thing. And I think that thing is best to be the redstone, since I have fun using the redstone. And even the comparator. Where is the comparator? I didn't give myself the comparator. Let's give the comparator. Comparator. Even that item, it's not fully implemented. Like it's a lot different than in Minecraft. And even the repeaters as well are not completely finished. You cannot log them. Here the redstone, you cannot lock it. Like this. You cannot lock it. But in Minecraft you can do it. And the comparator, for example, like it passes signal. It passes signal. It can pass signal that is the same signal strength. It can do that, but it cannot compare. and it's built for that, to compare two signals. And it cannot do that. Like everywhere there are slight issues, since like I don't have the resources to focus on everything. But the coolest part is like this, the infinite clock. The infinite clock. You can do it like this. Like this. And like this. And these contraptions like these is what I have fun the most doing. If I can manage to make it start. Yeah, now it doesn't want to start. But contraptions like these are what I have the most fun implementing. Like this redstone clock. And now maybe if I put it with a bigger delay. Yeah. It doesn't matter. But I think it would be best if we focus like on one thing. Very original idea. If I were to give him a streaming tip, I'd say read chat more. That's usually gets people to stay. My goal is not to get people to stay. Like my goal is to make progress with the clone and to document the process. And if you like prefer other types of streams, like there are many other options. Like don't worry about it. Just be hella entertaining, and I'm gonna say he's pretty entertaining. Hardest challenge, pronounce the correctly. Should add hunger and experience. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like here, add hunger and experience. Like, this is if we are trying to make like to implement everything. We will not have the time to implement everything. Like the hunger, for example. That's why I think it's best if we focus just on one part of Minecraft. And I think that should be the redstone. That's what I'm thinking. And currently in this C++ version, we don't have the player. We don't have the player, but we can easily add new blocks. So adding the redstone will be quite easy. And it's not an issue if we are just floating around. We can still interact with the redstone components. That's not an issue. We would need an inventory. We'll need an inventory, but for the inventory, we'll need GUI. And that will take some time. The alternative is to use IMGUI. IMGUI is a library that is this thing here, that you can interact with the game through it. It just saves time, so you don't have to make the GUI yourself. And I'm thinking maybe we can use it, like instead of having to re-implement again this UI, so we can just focus on the redstone. That's what I'm thinking. So for example, here, this is for to change the... Here I've set it to interact with the item I'm holding. and you can move it around however you like. Like you can rotate it however you like. And your where was it? Like where was it? You gave a tip. Where was it? Yeah, if I were to give a streaming tip, I'd say to read chat more. But you can like easily see like sometimes chat is really slow, and when chat is slow, I take my time with making progress here. When chat is fast, that's when I bring up the chat and give more attention to chat. Like you can look at previous streams. The previous stream, my reason for not wanting to look at chat a lot is the previous stream for 3 hours. Our progress is we managed to just fix a bug with the cactus and added the dead bush for whole 3 hours. And you can look at most of the stream I was interacting with chat. Like we have to see what the priority is here. Is it the interaction with chat or making the progress? And my priority is like, if I have two options, to have a good stream or to progress on the game. And if I look at the previous stream and if it was a good stream, like sure, that's cool. But having just a dead bush and a bug fix of the cactus for whole 3 hours, that's like dude, what are we even doing? Like, is this a stream where I'm working on the clone or a stream where we're just hanging out? Like, sure, it's kind of both, but doesn't matter. What is the scope of this? Is it some specific version of Minecraft? I did a poll in a previous stream where I was asking players like which version should I focus on, and the options were 1.7 and 1.8, and the viewers then picked 1.8. But as I think about it, like I don't think we should like focus on a specific version. Dead bush is very important. Yeah. The dead bush is important for immersion. Have you ever heard of Beta Sharp? I have not. Never heard about it. So for this stream, for the rest 2.5 hours, what should be the goal that we should implement? If we are actually focusing on just the redstone, the goal would be to add the redstone dust and the redstone torch and to have them interact with each other. That would be a good goal to have. That would be a good goal to have. And what I'm thinking now, if I should commit to that and actually start working on it. Here at the redstone tab, this is all the blocks we would need if we are adding redstone. The issue is like they have complicated interactions. Like the pistons, they have what was it called? Like you could interact with the pistons just by updating component nearby it. I forgot what it was called. Are we going to commit with the idea of focusing just on redstone? Since that's a big commitment to go all in just on redstone. That's a very big commitment. But let's slow down the speed. Update camera. Let's slow down the speed. From here, I had it at 150 and now at 15 it should be a lot slower. Yeah, so am I going to focus just on the redstone? That's what I'm thinking. We don't have to make the decision in this stream. In this stream, let's start implementing the redstone and see what happens. We can just start implementing the redstone and see what happens. I think that will be the best approach, and I'll figure it out off stream where I'll go from here. What's up, chat? What are y'all working on right now? What version is your clone focusing on? I don't have a specific version, but I would like to not implement the new stuff that Mojang is adding, like that sulfur cube. What was it? Since a whole team is working on it, I would prefer if it's older version, like alpha, beta, what Notch worked on, since Notch started it on his own, but at some point he created like Mojang, where he had a team. I'll see about it. I don't have still a specific version. Maybe I should pick a specific version, actually, as I think about it. The reason I use as a reference a newer version, like this is 1.21.4, like this is a new version, not the newest, but it's not from the old ones. I use this version since I can use render doc on it, and inside of render doc, like I can launch games and I can look at how they render. Like here I can make a screenshot and I can see each draw call. And the reason I use the new version as reference is because render doc works with the new version. It doesn't work with the old versions. That's why I use this one as reference. And also, yeah, I think that's the main reason. I think that's the main reason. You should add like creative sticky piston that can push an unlimited amount of blocks. I'm curious too about what version it's based on, by the fact that he used modern Java textures. I assume he's working towards smaller versions. Why using the modern textures then? Since that's what I have access to. I don't have the old textures. I used to develop one on C, focused on alpha. Yeah, let's think about it. I haven't decided what to focus on. We could... Let me think about it. We could... If the focus is just on redstone, we could... The redstone dust is complicated to add as the first thing. Let me think about it. Should we focus just on redstone? Then what are we going to do with the biomes, since we already added the desert? And are we going to add the sky if the focus is just on redstone? And am I going to add menu and settings? And am I going to add the player? Do we need the player if the focus is just on redstone? Well, we need the player to interact with the contraptions, for sure. I had here a save world with contraptions. Where was it? Yeah, here. I haven't made these contraptions. They're from a YouTuber, from a very old video. And here, this is like a 1x1 door. And then this is a 2x2 door. Then 3x... yeah, this is 2x2. Then 3x3 door. And if we focus just on redstone, we will need a player, so we have somebody that interacts with the components. Let me think about it. So if the focus is only on redstone, we will need to add hopper, for example, since it's being used in contraptions. And what else? Observer. What else? We'll need to add slime block. We'll need to add slime block. What else? Particles. They are not a priority, particles. If the focus is just redstone, they are not a priority. What else? Honey block. Sure, why not? Let me think about it. And even the world generation, I have it infinite, but we don't need the infinite world if we focus just on redstone, because we will not have a huge contraption that is like in a huge render distance, most likely. You can download all textures from the wiki. They used to all be stored in one image file rather than hundreds of separate ones. I believe the file was called Texture Atlas. Yes, it's actually easier to manage them, although Autot limits amount of textures. I'd recommend using Texture Atlas. He made blocks with gravity, like sand or anvil. I have the anvil. It's not working, and I have the sand, but they don't have like gravity. How do they look like in Minecraft? Let's see the sand. How does the gravity look like? Yeah, so here it's a block, now it's an entity, and now it's a block again, most likely. Most likely that's the case. And when it collides with the ground, it becomes a block once again. Like, sure, that will not be difficult to implement. At least an initial solution, the naive approach. Maybe it will be difficult to have a lot of sand. That would probably be difficult. So should I focus just on redstone? That's what I'm wondering. Should I do that? What's the end goal? The end goal, if we focus just on redstone, is to do cool contraptions like these. To be able to do this in my Minecraft clone. That would be cool. To be able to do this in the Minecraft clone. That would be cool. And what happens if we finally manage to implement this? Like, sure, congratulations, we've managed to implement this. What happens then? What's the next step? Well, to make changes to the redstone. Like, all the suggestion redstone players have to actually... The coolest thing would be if I can manage to release it. To manage to release it to the internet. How would that happen? Can we, let's say that this is my clone. Let's say this is my clone. Somehow I've managed to create this. If I change the textures and the models, but we still have a block that acts like the piston. We have a block that pushes things around, like this thing, like here. We have a block that pushes blocks around, but it has a different model, it has a different texture. Can I release it on the internet? That's the main thing I'm wondering. If the answer is yes, that would be the best case scenario, because I can give the game to players to play. Because game design happens when other people play your game and you look at the players playing your game. That's where game design happens. People need to play my game. And I cannot send it when I'm relying on like Minecraft. For example, this slime block, when I finally implement a slime block, I can change the texture and the model, but still to have the same result. Like you just bounce around. Maybe, probably, I don't know. Like maybe we need to make a lot more changes. But that's my idea when I say to focus just on implementing the redstone. That's my idea. Eventually to have a game heavily inspired by redstone. The whole game to be just redstone. So to work on it on a couple of months until I have it just like Minecraft. To work on it for a couple of months until I have it like Minecraft. And then from a certain point to start in a different direction, to start making changes, to start making it my own, but still to be heavily inspired from redstone. And hopefully to be able to release it. But I really doubt releasing it will be possible. I really doubt that. Because I will need to make a lot of changes. Like for example, redstone dust. This is specifically in Minecraft. Like there isn't another game that uses redstone dust. Maybe, okay, I have an idea. To implement it like a clone of the redstone. And when we start to make an original game, to make a new project. And for example, instead of doing redstone, to have cables, for example, but to have the same idea behind it, to be heavily inspired, but to be a different project. That's my thought process. Let's see what's up with chat. The entity is literally called falling sand. You can replace it with any block, though using commands. Hey, what's up? Mama Jumbo will be very pleased if you do just redstone. Yeah, this map is from him, I think, from his video, but it was years ago. Add scripting like in computer mod. Yeah, that would be also cool. Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, why not? And take it. Yeah, okay. Hear my thought process. To have redstone, okay, sure, heavily inspired by redstone and from the take it mod and the take it mod. And from the take it mod. Which has all kinds of constructions. Like you can build a quarry here.
And then we go like this.
Yeah, this thing you can build. Like to build stuff that interact with the world. Here you have pipes and blocks go through the pipes. And there is the computer craft mod. Computer craft mod, where you code it with Lua and it does your bidding. Here you can code it with Lua. But I highly doubt it that most players will be like interested in having a robot you can code with Lua. Like I feel like the player base for that is very, very low. To be able to maybe to have it as an option, probably. But we need to lock in. We need to lock in and set a goal for this stream and start progressing. It's in a legal gray zone. Fine if you just made your own textures and such. Many people do stuff like this and add texture pack support to their games so that players can add regular textures themselves. There are already other games that add on top of Minecraft idea. For real reasons, blocks have different textures and names. ID-based system would be nice. Lever with some ID activates components that use that ID. It'd be cool if it was like create. Take It Classic is best mod pack. Redstone player base is still low. It's not an issue for me. Player base is good enough for Redstone. And I like Redstone. Here it would be cool if it was like create. Create is a beast of its own. Should I implement redstone now? Yeah, let's implement a component. Let's implement a component. Let's do... Let's do the piston and the redstone torch. Let's do a piston and the redstone torch. Let me think about it. Yeah, let's put it here. Like this. Redstone torch. But we cannot place blocks. Still. Create is a whole game inside of Minecraft, to be honest. Or maybe, like when you said create is a whole game inside of Minecraft, what if, like, instead of making to make it a mod, maybe, like if we're going to do something with redstone to be like a mod to Minecraft, just like a create is a game of its own. And when I actually start to make my own game, to move that mod outside of Minecraft, maybe. Let me think about it. If we went into this route to make a mod for redstone, we don't have much to change if I think about it. Let's do the redstone torch. Let's just add it. Let's do the redstone torch. And let's make a torch. Let's find the JSON file for the redstone torch. Redstone torch. And it has a JSON file here. This thing, which has a parent item generated. Sure. Then a template. Yeah, template is what we need. What about redstone torch off? I don't care about that. Yeah, we probably need to just use the template, this thing. This is the model for the redstone torch, the JSON file. We'll import it here. JSON. No, not this JSON. Resources, models. Let's copy the poppy, doesn't matter. Redstone torch. And let's copy it. Paste it here. And we don't need particle, we need the texture torch. We need torch texture. And what texture does it use? Torch unlit. Torch off. Torch on probably is what it's called. Yeah, torch. Or just this. Yeah, just this. That's the name. So here should be that. And this should be the redstone torch model. This should be it. And then but there's an issue. This is for when the redstone torch is on. We need the same model for when it's off. So I have to copy the whole model, paste it here, and say off. Redstone torch off, and the only difference is what texture is used, which is a bummer that we have to copy paste so much. Maybe we can have a parent system. That would be interesting. But it's not a priority as of now. We need to implement the texture. But before that, let's see what's up with chat. Port visuals. Yeah, Minecraft code base and architecture is trash, and it is difficult to make something nice there. Import a 4 white issue out of order super pipeline speculative execution CPU with branch prediction in redstone. Dude, I'm not chill. In my engine, I added include for JSON files, so when you load the file, it will precompile it and you don't have to worry about copying and having huge JSON files. Ready to go. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, no problem, man. Can you make Roblox remake? I don't need to, but there's a YouTuber that already is making one. You can just look at his videos. Add Doom. Let's implement the redstone torch. Cube mesh pool. Here I need to give it the coordinates of both torches. What's the JSON file? Redstone torch, this. And the other texture is the same name without off. And I need to give it the coordinates manually, sadly, from my texture atlas. Well, our texture atlas. 240 and 16 are the coordinates. 240 and 16. And the other one is 0 and 32. 0 and 32, that's it. And I need to add it as a block type. So in the, where is it? Here. Redstone torch. Redstone torch. We need to create the type. And we need two types actually. One for the torch, one when it's off. When it's off. When it's off. And where was the factory? Here is the factory. Here we'll copy this. This is for when it's off. And here the constructor. Let me think about it. Redstone torch, let's set it to have its own variables, like what should this be? What variable should it have? If it's let's look at the namings from Minecraft. They usually have it in the F3. Lit, if it's lit or not. Bool lit. If it's lit or not. And here this let me think about it. Can I do result lit? No, I cannot, because it's a block, the parent element. So damn it. And also no, there is another issue with the block factory, is it caches everything. Let's remove the caching. It saves the classes so that it doesn't create them again and again. Or I can set some of the blocks to not be cacheable. to not be saved. And those blocks are the ones with custom data. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. So the parent element will have a boolean can, if we can cache it, cacheable, and we'll set it by default is false, is true by default. Yeah, and here in the constructor I'll set it to be false, and lit by default is true. By default is true. Why are you complaining? No, it's all right. It's all right. Then, then I think about it. Then in the block factory here, where is it? Here we cache it. We'll cache it if the result is cacheable. Some blocks don't need to be cached, like the redstone torch. And let me think about it. Here, let's save it. Let's save it as std shared pointer of redstone torch. Torch equals this. You can just set it as the block. And here it will equal the block. But before that, we'll set the lit to be false. Yeah. That's it. And so let me think about it. And so for the torch, where is it? Where is the torch? It's inside of block. Here, this is the mesh that it will use. By default, it will always be lit, but we need to make it so if it's lit, to set the model to like this, and else to be the unlit model. But here we're in the constructor. It needs to happen in the function. Where is it? It needs to happen inside of get JSON model file name, right? Or we don't even have a getter. Please tell me we have a getter. What's up, chat? Hello. How will you run it? Unless redstones. I'm not going to run Doom. There's ports of Doom to other languages. Can run. I'm not running Doom. Chill, chill. This isn't original Doom, but it's nice version that runs. Still funny. It's a bit funny because Doom's frame buffer fits in the instruction ROM. You are my favorite Minecraft maker. Love you. Recreations. Yeah, thank you, man. Am I using this? What's this? Let's make it virtual. Let's make it virtual. And the default implementation just returns this. Let me think about it. And in my case, for the redstone torch, it will be different. It will be it will if it's lit, but I need to just return it. Yeah, we can do this. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that should be it. So now we should have the torch. Let me think about it. And let's spawn it, actually. Redstone torch. So we need to go inside of the sub chunk. And when we usually spawn the one of the foliage, we'll set it to be the redstone torch. Where is the foliage? Here. Let's just spawn a redstone torch. And here this will be also redstone torch, but this will be the off state. Let's see what happens. I have no idea what will happen. What's the problem? Think about it. Switch ID. What's the issue? I don't want to bother with bugs right now. Not in the mood of solving bugs. Let me see what the issue. What did I break? I broke something. What's this ID? Okay, we don't care about that. Here we just set the result, and here we just set the result, and here this is for caching, this is the return. Let's go to debug. Let's go to debug. To the debug release. Oh, it's not even compiling. Transfer of control bypasses. Transfer of control. Line 57. 57 here. Oh. I see. Think about it. Make sure this. We could have it in the constructor here if it's lit or not. But the issue is for the future. Future blocks will have more configuration, and it will be annoying to have to configure everything in the constructor, because you just said here true. What is true here? And here it's easy to read. This block, and I set result to be block. Oh, maybe move, to use move. What was it called? Like shared pointer move, something like that. I don't know. You didn't close switch statement before if? Oh no, I am wrong. yeah, don't worry. Let's see now. Yeah, switch statement. Yeah, it's closed. And here this is the if, and this is the whole function. It's most likely here the shared pointer. I'm doing it wrong with the shared pointer, most likely. Since I don't know much about shared pointers. I knew enough to be able to use them in simple use cases. I need an example of shared pointers. Here they make one. Think about it. Yeah, I don't know. It's saying... Oh! Wait a minute. Block? Do I have another block somewhere? Oh, let's change the name. Let's just change the name. What should it be called? Let's just set it redstone block. The name block was probably having issues with the class block. Maybe, I don't know. Initialization redstone block is kept by default label. What's the issue? What if I remove this? Like this? And let's see what's up. Yeah, that's the issue, but I will not have the... all the torches will be off. All the torches will be off. And I need to make them transparent. Redstone torch, if it's lit, is this. Else it should be this. And the model itself, redstone torch, yeah, this should not be off. And let's set it to transparent. And here, let me think about it. Let me think about it. How to set it. I have too much code between cases. Oh, I get it. Yeah, you're right. When you define variable, it needs to be... yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're right. So maybe... wait a minute. No, I don't get it. Let me think about it. So you're saying when you define a variable, it needs to be inside of a scope. You just put the code inside the case statement between... Are you sure that's it? CPP? Which? Are you sure that's it? Like you're saying here to have curly braces for the cases? Is that possible? Like this. Let's put the curly braces, why not? I think most likely it's from the shared pointer having issues transferring ownership, but let's see this. If this solves it, that's perfect. If not, I have to look at shared pointers. Yeah, okay, you were right. Yeah, we have redstone torches. This is our foliage. Redstone torches. Let's go back in release mode. Yeah, you were right. Let's give the torch custom collision box. Because we can. Let's give it here this. Let's make it like the flower. Let's make it smaller. Now it should have small... actually, we can make it the exact size of the torch itself. How is it in Minecraft? It's a bit bigger than... it's a bit... Oh, I broke it. It's... how is it? Yeah, it's... yeah, let's look at the mesh itself. Yeah, I'll use the... what's up? Yes, do case. Yeah, thank you guys. You saved me a lot of time with giving wisdom. Doesn't matter of the type. Can't you make the collision the same as the model? I'll make it the same as the model, but bit that's defined in the JSON. I'll make it the same, but bit bigger to be like Minecraft. Where's the model? Redstone torch. Let's open Blockbench. There it's easier to look at. Asset browser. Torch. This is the same from here. No, actually. No, it's different. It's different. The model is different. I need the redstone torch. Redstone torch. This is from the hand. The redstone torch in the hand. Redstone torch. Redstone torch. Yeah, this is it. So we'll look at this block inside of it. That's what we'll use. So it's the first one. It's the first one. We'll use these coordinates. The system is the same. Where's the block here? So it should be from 707 to 9, 10, and 9. 9. Should be that. Yo, what's up, Maskeli? Yeah, now look at it, how the block hover is the same as the torch, but we'll make it a little bigger. We'll make it a little bigger. How much bigger? Yeah, just on the sides. The height is the same. Just on the sides, 1 pixel difference. Just on the sides. Why are you seriously complaining? This is the Y. It's from 0 to 10. That doesn't matter. Here we'll do from 6 and here to 10. Let's say. And that should be it for the collision. For the block hover. Yeah, it's the same as in Minecraft. Or maybe it's like 2 pixels. How much it should be? How much is it in Minecraft? 1 pixel. Yeah, it's perfect. I have no complaint. Yeah, we have the mesh of the redstone torch. Don't we have anywhere the redstone torch that is off? No, we don't. I think it's because... Yeah, we don't have a torch that it's not lit. And we should have. And I think it's because... Let's look at the subchunk. So yeah, we should have a torch that's off. So inside the block factory here, when we make it from a redstone torch to a block, we lose this data. Probably. I'm not sure. No, actually, no. Let's go here. Let's go here. Do we actually go inside of here? Inside of here. This override. Do we go inside of here? Yes. And it's... Okay, let's do a conditional. Let's do a conditional. Lit equals... Wait, lit was false, right? Lit was false. Wait. Yeah, everything's fine. I just need to change the mesh model. Here it should be off. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Everything's fine. Yeah, here we have a torch that's off. Yeah. We have torches. What's up, Maskeli? Hey. What we gonna do today? Sup, we're adding the redstone torch. Make a daily routine, focus on my life. Life is slowly getting better. That's nice. Good, sir. What is happening with the login terminal? It's just talking too much, the terminal. It's showing when every model unloads, it documents it. I could change it to not show that. Border width is less in Minecraft. Which border? Started reading books, but might remove it from my daily routine. I read books before bed. I read the Dune book, and it helps for falling asleep because hitbox border is fine. And someone full of envy others, I want to be absolute peak of myself, do better. Yeah, I read before bed. It's like a superpower, reading before bed. Yeah, block hover is exactly like the in Minecraft, right? The block outline. It's the same. Like 1 pixel offset, and in the original is 1 pixel offset. It's the same. It's too dark. Don't worry about it. They use a custom shader for the hitbox. They do fancy stuff. I don't like, that's not the priority. We have other things to focus on. It's enough we have the block outline and that it's custom. That's good enough. That's good enough. So what's next? I think it's time we have a player, man. I think it's time we have a player. Let's commit this. Let's commit this. What should it be called? Add redstone torch. Push. Yeah, let's add the player. The box is too dark, I think. Yeah. Yeah, let's add the player. How are we going to add the player? No, not multiplayer. Multiplayer is... I should have started on that way earlier. Like the game logic and architecture changes drastically when adding multiplayer. Yeah, it's a very different thing. Here we're only doing single player. Here we have a torch under this, the cactus. It's powering the cactus. Yeah, let's add the player. Maybe. Or to add redstone dust. Yeah, why not? Yeah, the focus is redstone. So let's add redstone dust. Or the piston. Let's add the piston. Why not? Yeah, why not? How advanced is your Minecraft clone? Which one? Which one? My most advanced one is the Java one, which is currently closed. Because it has a menu, 360-degree menu. It has the mobs. It has the entities. It has the skeletons. But that's the Java one. This is my most advanced one. And in the new one, I'm focusing on redstone more. This, we have the redstone torch and we have custom outline. Next is probably the piston. Next is the piston. To interact. But in the C++ clone. The C++ clone. Here. To add the piston. Yeah. What's up? Which one? Yeah, that's based. Oh, nice. And initializing. What is the goal with the C++1? Yeah, the goal with the C++1, I'm thinking of focusing just on redstone. And possibly in the future to make a game heavily inspired from redstone. But first to implement the redstone. Make anti-aliasing for the C++1. You did everything. Nice. Thank you. Let me think about it. So, what should be next? We have the torch. We have the torch. The piston. Yeah, why not the piston? And we can remove this from the console. What was it? This. Let's remove this info. Let's remove that. We can remove it by setting the lock, the trace lock level. Where is it? Set trace lock level. Log info, log info. So log debug. What's the difference? Debug info warning. Let's do warning. Let's do warning. Warning. And now we shouldn't get the console logs. And look at it, the console is absolutely empty. It's empty. Nothing here. And when we close, it's done. It's done. Yo! Man, that's so different. Dude. Those console logs were so annoying. Let's do the piston, probably. Let's do the piston. What's up? Make Minecraft clone in Minecraft. Come on. I also have a Minecraft clone, but mine is more focused survival. It's in the browser, so it's limited. Why do you do it in the browser? Do you have models for every block and render it in the world? I get the models from the JSON files. How similar are C++ and Java? Similar in that they have functions, they have if-else conditionals, they have objects, they're object-oriented, but they're different in terms that the biggest difference is that Java has a garbage collector, and in C++ you manage the memory yourself with pointers. There is a big difference. But they're more similar than C++ and Prolog, for example, or like Haskell, functional programming language, or like from Prolog, logic programming language. C++ and Prolog are way different because you program in a different way. If so, I think you need a batch render. No, we are good. I render one sub chunk is one draw call for me. I don't batch render. But maybe for entities, I would need to batch render, and for redstone, maybe for entities I would need batch rendering. Because Minecraft does it as well. Cactus stop is weird. There seems to be a gap. I meant VOs. Yeah, the cactus stop I've noticed as well is a bit weird. But it's not that bad. Like here, if we are up close, it's perfect. Only at a distance, it looks like there's a gap. But actually, it's fine. Like, I don't know why. Maybe I need to change some settings. But up close, they're fine. All of them. They're fine. Some brother, what are you up today? Today I decided to focus just on redstone, and for the whole project, the focus to be just on redstone. So no mobs, no entities. That's what I was thinking of doing. And after that, once the goal will be to implement redstone fully. And after that, the goal will be to make a game inspired by Minecraft Redstone. That will be, and to release that game. That would be the goal. That's what I was thinking today. But it's not for certain. We'll see about that. It started as a practice project I could do during my downtime at work and my laptop. The time could not really run a game. It's too late now to move out the browser. Dude, my Java clone, like, I could say it's too late for me to move from the Java clone. Like, I have fully implemented Minecraft clone that I've spent like more than 300 hours in, maybe 1,000 hours in. And I'm like, okay, I'll just start over. Not big deal. And you're talking about it's too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. You can check. Do you have it in your channel, the Minecraft clone? Go to channel. No, you don't have it in the channel. You have guns in the channel. You don't have it there. Yeah, because I recognize some things C++, but some things seem very peculiar. Yeah, there are differences. C++ has more in common with C than with Java. The difference is that C doesn't have object-oriented programming. Like you don't have, like, you have structures, I think. But you don't have classes, you don't have inheritance, you don't have polymorphism. You don't have like smart pointers, I think. Oh, I know what now. The hitbox later looks like Bedrock one. Redstone awesome. I'm but also making Minecraft clone with C++, but engine. I'm also working with Redstone today. Managed to make my mod work almost 100%. Think it's because you use texture atlas and you had the same problem I was solving. Yo, it was solved with 2D texture array. Okay, I'll save your comment. Wait, but Minecraft also uses texture atlas. They also do that. Let me save your statement. Here. And yeah, Minecraft also does it. Like, where is it? MC texture. This is the Minecraft texture atlas. They also use a texture atlas. And where is the cactus? This is the Minecraft one. Where is the cactus? The cactus top. Where is the cactus top? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I did Java, C++, then C++ again. Nah, yeah, understandable. Hello, what's up, the command box? We saw your Minecraft clone yesterday. Some browsers may act weird with it, not letting me paste the link. Minecraft uses multiple atlases. Yeah, of course. I also use multiple atlases. Yeah, they abandoned the texture atlas though. Atlas is generated and it's generated at runtime. Yeah, it's made at runtime. When you make redstone resource pack, you do not edit the atlas. Yeah, you edit individual images. Minecraft is it's generated in runtime. You can negate the problem with weird technique, but it's easier to implement. Okay, so C is useless for games. I guess C# also makes it object-oriented. I could never. Maybe I could, but you know what I mean. No, C is not useless. I think C is used more for operating system development. like Linux, but you can make games with C. Like there was this creator that made a Minecraft clone with C. It's possible. The 5 million view video. This clone. He made it in C. At least he said he made it in C in the start. And his clone was good. His clone was very good. And man, back in those days, 5 million views. 6 years ago, that's wild. Yeah, that's wild. And okay, for redstone, do we need to implement water and lava? Since the focus is just redstone, are there redstone contraptions that use water and lava? What should we implement next? What should we implement next? Maybe the piston. Yeah, let's look at the reference, which is the original game. What components do we have? Yeah, let's look at the doors. Yeah, I think the basics are like the pressure plate and the piston, and redstone dust. Let's do redstone dust, maybe. No, the player. It's time for the player, because even if we pick the redstone dust or the plate or the piston, player needs to interact with it. You need to... Let me think about it. No, let's do placing of blocks. Let's do that. That's what we need. And maybe an inventory. Since right now the only way we spawn blocks is by putting, like, spawning them as if they're foliage. We can remove blocks, but let's make it so we can add blocks. And so we can... And to have an inventory, creative mode inventory. This bottom side is not getting killed. That's interesting. And here the cactus is... Oh, because I've set it as transparent. Yeah. Forget about it. Here... Oh, these are not getting killed. Yeah, because I've set... Yeah, okay. Doesn't matter. Let's see what's up with you guys. Even developers that use C++ focus on C mostly, but they use C++ just for one or two C++ features. But there is one popular developer, YouTuber, TS Coding, or something like that. He had a video about this topic, and he said that he uses C. He avoids C++ because it's a slippery slope. He'll start using all of the features it offers. But I'm fine using C++. I watched him when he released that. It was insane. Really? Yo. Well, only the cobblestone generator. Yeah, this is the question for if redstone uses water and lava. Yeah, the redstone generator. Yeah. Button or lever? No. Are you using MIP mapping for texture atlas? Yeah, I'm using MIP mapping, and I've set the MIP map level limit to 4. But it might be nice to add like gravity. We'll add it when we add the player. As of now, we just need to add blocks. Add block that can break another box when powered. Does it kill? Check. If you search for a job with C++ in Bulgaria, I can help you. We're searching for a person. I'm getting hired, guys. Chat, should I get hired from this person? Let's do a poll. Yeah. Right now I'm focusing just on the clone because I have the most amount of fun doing the clone. If I start a job, like that would be like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Let's look at if torches have culling in the original game. Like here at the bottom, there should be culling because this face we don't need to render it. Where is it? Where is the original? Here. Let's go in spectator mode and see if that site is not rendered. They kill it. That's interesting. They actually kill it. Yo. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it just won't let me paste the link for my clone. Oh well. In the chat. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe you can like when it's like this, and to add spaces, like this. Maybe. Are you employed? No, I'm not. Does it really that much? No. It should be code. If it's not, then call it anyways because optimization. I'll call it at some point. No, the normal is not flipped. I've just set it so if it's transparent to not get called because of the I've simplified it like that. If it's transparent to not get called, because then the leaves are weird. Leaves, because the leaves get weird. Because with the leaves, they were getting killed. In my game, they had killing my leaves here, the neighbors, and that's why I set it if the block is transparent, like the leaves, to not get killed. And I've set the torch transparent as well. If I set the torch to not be transparent, it will get killed for sure. But like it doesn't matter. It's good enough. Like it's fine. It's fine. It might flag my chat as spam, you know. I'll try. Okay, good luck. Got to go. Okay. As far as I know, Minecraft uses both procedurally generated and predefined texture atlases. Different purposes. You should try this approach for your project. Oh, it's the GitHub. Leaves only not kill when touching other leaves, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, they need to stack on top of each other. You could implement an automatic system that detects aren't transparent article flag automatically to them if they're on the max side. How? It's fine, guys. It's fine. The culling right now is not an issue since I don't have 1000 torches laying around. It's not a priority as of now. It's an easy fix. How hard was redstone logic? Very hard. Since I haven't still fully implemented it. Since there are a lot of interactions that happen. There are many interactions that happen. Like here you could have a torch, and here if you have a if you have redstone like this, and if you move this here, this should power this, it gets a complicated interaction. And it didn't move the torch even. Like, what would happen in Minecraft? I haven't thought about this. What would happen in Minecraft if we do this? The torch should stick, right? I haven't thought about this. Yeah, I was just explaining how implementing redstone logic is complicated. Look at it. Oh, it's powering it. Why is it powering it? Why does... Oh, let's do a regular torch. Let's do this. It stays and let's power it. It breaks it. So it should break it. So it should break it. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, it breaks it. I didn't know that. You're a great developer. Are you already working in the field? I'm not working in the field. Since the jobs I could find were web developers, and I don't want to be a web developer. I want my career to be making games, like programming games, and a dream game to work on is Minecraft, Hytale, voxel games like Terraria, Factorio, like the games I like playing. I want to be working on games like that. And since I couldn't find a job like that, I made the job myself. My only solution was YouTube and streaming. And if I managed, and I saw people make it possible, and I was like, why can I not do it as well to make it possible? And I'm working on it to make it possible, to make this as the main thing. But as of now, my best is like 50 euros a month from ads on videos, like something like that. Like 50 euros, I think. Which is nowhere near the minimum wage, but I'm still working on it. I'm doing my best, guys. Maybe make it so it curls a face if next to a face that's not transparent, but how hard is to implement that? You gotta make sure leaves doesn't get affected by the redstone too. Store code flags for each block model face. Even if you have 1000, it's not a problem. Yeah, most likely. Torch will break. Torch breaks when you do that. It breaks the torch. Yeah, okay. And powers off. Okay, piston. Gets redstone like doors, but only on update. But so if you use F3 and F4 at the same time, you can switch game. Really? Really? If you use F3 and F4 at the same time, really? F3 and F4. Yo! Thank you, man. Yo, that saves so much time. Yo, F3 then F4. Man, that's so cool. Adventure mode? What's adventure mode? Also, I cannot interact with the world. Oh, I can press levers. I didn't know that. Yo, man, you guys are saving me hours. Check QC. The same happens with the redstone dust. And let's say you use redstone dust over the piston, it will happen the same. Quasi connectivity. Game development jobs are hard to land. You need more subscribers. No, subscribers don't do anything in the algorithm. Like you can make, what matters is how many views a video gets. And the views don't, the subscribers don't affect the views. The algorithm doesn't care. But if you have a lot of subscribers, that is a signal that you have an audience. Like that's the only thing subscribers signal, is that you have an audience. Also, you need to know a lot of mathematics, unfortunately. Well, I studied mathematics like calculus, linear algebra, discrete math, what else? Like I studied like in university, so I'm not scared of if I have to deal with maths. F3 plus Q to see all the shortcuts. Hello. What's up? What are you working on? I'm trying to add the redstone. Try F1, F3, see, hold 10 seconds. I'm not trying that. You need to tell me what that will do. Because this suggestion, press F3 and F4 so you can switch game modes. But you're not telling me what will happen. I don't want to try that. How many clones you have? Like too many, man. Too many. Like more than 4. Add redstone dust over the piston while it pushes the block. The redstone dust should break too. I'll trust you on this. I don't need to test it. I'll trust you that happens. Then you are ready to go. Just need practice. Press F3Q to see what it does. Do you plan at like redstone mechanics when working on redstone? Yeah, like why not? I've been ignoring Twitch for a while. What's up? You're a great developer. Are you already working? Oh, you asked me that. Yeah, I answered you in the YouTube. Yeah. Sorry that I ignored Twitch. Yeah, let's do this. So we added the... Okay, this is the Java clone. Let's go to the C++ one. We added the redstone torch. We can remove it, but we need to place items as well when we right click. That's what I want as of now. Because we'll be adding the redstone dust. We'll be adding the redstone dust, and here we need to be able to place it around with right clicking. We need to be able to place it around. Stop hitting me. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. When we right click to place this torch, for example, that's the goal. Other thing, sun falling over the redstone dust should break the redstone as well. Don't ask Voxel Game Dev how many clones he has. Answers always too much. Yeah, too many games, man. Okay, all my messages are getting blocked. Is it because you sent the link? Oh, I forgot about your link. Sorry, man. I'll save it. I'll save it and I'll save it for later. But I am seeing this message. Pesas, yes. What biomes you have? I have the desert biome. This is it. It only has the cactus and the dead bush, which I replaced with the redstone torch because I cannot place items. But this should be the dead bush. And I have the regular plains, that is just the trees, the grass block, and that was it. Just 2 biomes. And they don't connect. Here, for infinity, you just have cactuses. You just have cactuses. Okay, so did you see that link? Yeah, I'll see it, but not right now. Because last time when I looked at links, for 3 hours I didn't progress much in the clone. Is there any way to play your version? No, because I use copyrighted textures. My past like 20 messages got blocked. Sorry, man. You have, but right now you should be okay. You have almost 30 live viewers while having just 840 subscribers. I see people with 5,000 plus of subs have almost zero live viewers. I suspect that is because where else can you find a live stream that is a dude coding his like Minecraft clone? Maybe that's one of the reasons. And also, like if you look at, I have other YouTubers that stream that I watch, and they work on their like, what you call it? They work on their voxel engine. There was this popular guy, I have people in my recommended that make their engines, and they get like a lot more people than 30 in the live stream. So like there's interest in this content because it's fun, man. It's fun. He doesn't have biomes, he has biome. Do you plan adding structures? I'll add structure. No, I will not add structures. I'll not be adding structures because the focus for this clone will be just redstone. What if you publish it without the texture, so it will require... I still have the models. I still have the models, so like I cannot publish it. I'll think in the future what I'll do. So now the focus will be to add in when we right click to add blocks. That's what we'll do. And I'll finally start implementing that, since the last stream for 3 hours we just fixed the cactus and added the dead bush. And I want this time to make a lot more progress. Where did we have the mouse button? Yeah, it's mouse button press. This is for the left mouse button. I just set the hovered block to be type air, and I update the model mesh. That's my simple implementation of the of destroying blocks. So here we can have the same logic, but for right click. We could have it for the right mouse button. But the issue is, how am I going to get it? Since I have the raycast and yo, what? Why is it? Yeah, I'll have to figure this out. Why is it acting like that? Let's ignore it. Here, when we destroy a block, I get the block by putting a raycast. By putting a raycast, and once it hits this block, like, I know I'm using that block. But what about for when we right click? When we right click, it should be here, for example, it should be the block above. But here it should be this neighbor. And in my Java clone, how did I do it? In my Java clone, position details, I think in this class I had logic like that. Yeah, I think I had a normal. Let me think about it. Yeah, here. Yeah, this is how I get it. With this. Yeah. With this logic is how I get the neighboring block, depending on where we're looking over. It should be something like that. I watched 6 hours of a live stream of a guy compiling the Linux kernel. Man, your live streams are really fun to actually. Yeah, I've also watched long live streams. Oh yeah, currently working on making multiplayer possible, but I'm in over my head. Yeah, multiplayer, very difficult to do. I saw a guy rendering a world with chunks in Unity, masterclass in optimization. Thus he has level of detail, like lots. Yeah, now he's trying to boot Linux directly from a floppy disk. I have zero knowledge of C, but it's interesting to watch. I'm using C++, not C. What's going on? Hello there. When you know the phase, calculate the opposite and map it to direction. Easy. But it says, what's the most annoying thing to code? Most annoying is when I have a bug to solve. That's the most annoying, to find a bug. Because once I had a bug where the array was of length 3 and I was changing the fourth element, and that was changing a different variable, and that caused a really awful bug, and debugging it was almost impossible. But that was from the previous stream. Like, that's the most annoying thing, annoying bugs. Everything else is fine. When you know the phase, okay, let's get the phase then. Calculate the opposite. What I know is not the phase, I know the block itself. And now with custom block hovers, it's a bit different, since I first see the block I'm in, and for the block itself, I go over all of its custom block hovers. Because here, this block has a smaller block hover, and the anvil has a couple of block hovers. It's a bit different. No, actually, we don't need to worry about block hovers to get the where to right click, maybe. Yeah, I need to right click. Right now I'm right clicking and I'm destroying the block. Let me think about it. Let's go to where I create the raycast. Where do I create? Here I create the raycast. So I start from the camera position and I go towards the direction I'm looking at with a step of 0.01 distance. And I continue to go towards that direction until the length is 10. From the starting point to the current point. Until the length is 10. And each iteration, I look at the current block, which is this class position details, which just captures the current, the local block position, the block origin, and the subchunk origin. And it calculates it based on dividing by 16, flooring, etc. Just like Minecraft does it. So how am I going to get the face? We need the face. We need the face. So basically it's, where is it? Not this, this. So here when we're hovering a block, we're hovering a particular face. Here we're hovering the top face. And the raycast is just points in the, it's just points with distance between them. And I think it will be easier just to draw it. So let's say this is the block and let's simplify it in 2D. And let's say this is the player. And let's say like we have the raycast here. Like this is the direction we're going. So my raycast basically is just a couple of points. Like here. Like we can change this. Like this is the starting point. And let's say this is the direction. And the raycast is just a couple of points. Here. Couple of points. And the first time it enters, now we are hovering the block. That's it. And you can notice how here the point is closer to this face. So we need to calculate to which face we're closer to. Because if we were looking from here, it will stop to this face. And so basically when we right click here, hovering this block, we need to place the block here. If we are hovering from here, we need to place the block here. And the only information we have is these dots. And this is the last one, which is closest to this face, which will give us information that we need to place it here. Like that's my logic. That's my logic. What's the most, we answered that. What types of culling are you using? I'm just culling, here I'm culling between chunks and for each block. Like that's my only culling. You're going to publicate your clone of Minecraft. I'm not, but I'm going to make a game inspired by redstone. Most annoying is to find why causes statement. I mean, he could just oh come on, we answer, easier said than done. When I calculate raycast, I know from where I enter the block. Can get the face from there. My raycast is a bit different. You can publish the code freely, just make the model format compatible with, so you can distribute sources without assets. How long the stream will last? Every stream is 3 hours. And this one has been for 2 hours, so 1 more hour left. I randomly came across this stream. Welcome then. Do you plan to create LOD? No, I'll not create LOD since Minecraft doesn't have it. And I'm doing what Minecraft does. I want to keep it simple. So you're saying when you calculate the raycast, you know from where you enter the block. That's interesting. In my case, I don't know that. Because here, there is a gap. Here. This is the iteration 1, and this is the next iteration. Like, at one point we're here, and then we're here. I have no idea about this phase. And when I'm here, I know that I'm inside of the block. Since, well, every point is inside of a block. Every point is inside of one of the block. I just calculate in which block is the current raycast point. And if it's like different from air, I will hover it. I'll have block hover. That's the current raycast. And I don't know about this phase. So my solution in the Java clone was to use, what did I use? I used distance from the sites. So this is the block origin. I subtracted the current position of the raycast and I normalized it just to get a direction. And then what did I do? Absolute distance to sites. Distance to sites. It's not like technically distance since I've normalized it. The length is gone. The naming is but. But let's read upon it. If the x-axis is bigger than the y and it's bigger than the z, then I've set it to be this. Sure. Yeah. In Java, I create a vector. And from this vector, I know from which side the ray comes. The raycast comes. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. And where do I use it? Where do I use it? Inside of here. Where is this? This is for no, I don't use this. What about here? I should be using it in a raycast. Hmm. 19 use. Yeah, here. Here and this. Add block. Yeah, here where I add the block. I add it using the normal. Here. Yeah, this is the normal and the position details. Yeah, using the direction. Yeah, depending on the normal. So I've set it every time I enter a block. Like, where is my graph? Here. So when I'm entering from here, let's say this is the y and this is the x-axis. I have a vector. Here it will be here it will be on the y, it will be 1, and on the x it will be 0. That's how I know it's coming from here. If it's coming, and for here, the vector will be, for the y it will be 0, and for the x it will be 1, let's say. Like I save this information in a normal to know from which phase the raycast is coming from, so that I can know I cannot block here, for example. So I just need to take this block origin and add the vector to it. So the block origin plus the vector will get where I need to add it. Like that was what I did in the Java clone. We could do the same in the C++ one as well. Where is the inventory in your clone right now? I have inventory only in the Java clone. Hey, you should improve based off Minecraft weak points. What I found really interesting when creating my clone was fooling with the terrain generation. I love trying to recreate classic terrain style like alpha beta terrain. This is just fascinating to me. That's cool. Let me think about it. So I compare it from the block origin. So here, let's say this is the block origin and this is the current position. And I calculate this vector. What else? Okay, sure. And I look at the direction. So here, let me think about it. So what if it's towards this direction? So what if it's towards here? Here, the y is closer to 0, sure. And the x is closer to 1. Bummer. Oh, I get it. It should be from here. Yeah, in my Java clone, the block origin is here, but we changed it in the C++ to be here. That's why I was confused. Yeah, it's from here. And so I looked at I was looking at the direction from the origin to where the raycast is. Yeah. So if it's here, we'll look at like this. If it's like here, a very tough spot, this will be what I have. It will be pointing towards here, and I need to get this face. Let me think about it. I just look at which side, which coordinate is the biggest. If x is the biggest one, but these are minuses. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Here you should improve. What version textures you use? The latest one. I don't use the older ones since those ones I have access to. I don't have access to older ones. So when we right click, we are doing a raycast and it hits close to this top side. And I want... Wait a minute. We can make it super easy, I think. Yeah. You know how. We can make it super easy. Let's just... Man, it's extremely easy, man. Here is where we land when we get the block hover. Let's just, when we right click, let's just go one step backwards. That's it. And now we're where we should be. That's it. It's extremely simple. Extremely simple. Let's just go one step backwards. Oh my god. Yeah. So when we right click, let's see now. Where is the code? Here. But the only thing I have is when I'm already clicking, I just have the block hover. Block hover is it a position? Oh, it's position details. Let me see. Let me see. We can cache the previous block hover. The previous block, we can cache it. We can save it. We can save it. Here. Position details. Previous block hover neighbor. Let's call it that. Block hover neighbor. It doesn't have a default constructor, sadly. It doesn't matter what it is. And let's see now. Here, let me think about it. It needs to be the previous position in some way. Here, damn it. Here, yeah, we need to do it. Here, actually. We need to update it here. Block hover neighbor. Here, we update it to the current block. Like that. And here, when we found it, when we have found it, we will not update the previous one. Yeah. And so here, let's do, man, if this works from the first time, that would be wild. Don't we have access to it? I need to put it outside of the scope. And let's set it to, what type should it be? Anvil. Let's spawn anvil. Let's spawn the anvil. And I think there's an issue with this, but let's see if it works. There's an issue with it. Okay, it spawned an anvil, but not where it should be. And we had a problem here. Okay, fine. It's spawning an anvil. It's just changing the block we're hovering. With anvils. The problem is with the... Okay, let's solve this problem and I'll show you what I was talking about. That will be the problem. We have a couple of anvils. We have so many anvils. Look, with custom block hover, we can target behind the anvil. That's cool. Look how many anvils we managed to set. See what's up with chat. Love your accent, thank you. Bro, I'm cooked, was waiting for the pizza to get done. Oven wasn't on. Waiting for my phone to charge, but charger is not plugged in the wall. Yeah, I have this as well. yeah. I also wait on my phone to charge and it's not charging at all. But for the oven, I cannot relate. That's a bummer. Yeah, but feels Batman. Wait a minute. Why are we not getting the previous block model? Let me think about it. This is the This should be the previous one, the one before it. Here we updated. Current block. Let me think about it. Oh, I see. It needs to be... Let me think about it. I think it would be best to just copy the previous position. That would be easiest. Yeah, just the position. But I don't know how to properly name it. Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to make it so we can add blocks when we right click. It's a simple feature to have. Block, hover, neighbor, and we'll set it to be the current ray position, like that, and here we'll do position details, block hover neighbor to be this, and now it should work. Most likely. It's not. Damn it. Why? The logic sounds very sound. It sounds like the logic is good. Like here in the raycast. This is the raycast. This is where we are at. This is where we're looking at. And raycast has this jump step. We iterate with small steps. And the moment we're inside of a block, the moment we're inside of it, let me think about it. Oh, no, we can, maybe it's still too close. And we need, like my idea was, we need to get this block when we're looking from here. And my idea was, we have this point to just go back one point. And now we are inside of here. That was my logic. And I did that. But when we right click, we just replace the block instead of adding it at the top. That's the issue. Damn it. What if... Okay, let's just use the block hover. Let me think about it. Let's just use the block hover. No. We can do something else. We have the current block. This is it that we are hovering. And we have the block origin, which is here. We'll move to the center here. And we have where we're currently at, where our vector that we are looking towards. No, we still need the point we last were. We still need that. Let's save that. Let's save it where? Where can we save it? Here. Block hover position. Let's do that. And here, let's just set it to the current ray position. Current ray position. Block hover position. And here, the neighbor will be this position. And we need... What do we need? We need the position we're looking towards. Like to go backwards. Like we need... Where is it? We need this vector from the camera. The direction. Let me see about it. No, we have the point. Let's say it's here that we are looking towards. We have this point, and we can go from the point to the player to get this, to get the direction, just the direction, and we'll go one step towards this direction. That's what we'll do. So block hover position. So we need the direction towards player equals camera position. Actually, it's the block hover position minus the camera position, and vector 3 normalize. Let's normalize it. Does this return anything, or does it take reference? It returns a result, so let's get it. Sure. Direction towards player. So from the block hover position plus direction towards player times the step. Let's do 0.1f. Let's do that. And set the block type to anvil. Let's do that. Let's increase the step. Let's increase the step. Maybe it's too little. It's still the same. Let's increase the step. Why not? Why not? Still the same. Okay, we'll increase it to 1. This is 1. It will jump 1 block. That's a huge step. Something should be wrong, but let's see. It's still... let's change their order. Let's change their order like this. Most likely the direction is the wrong way. Yeah, the direction was the wrong way. And let's put in this to be small step. This should be it. Yeah, finally. Finally we can place blocks. Yo, finally. Now there is one problem. The custom block hover. The custom block hover, since it's colliding here. It's colliding here, and we're going a small step towards the player. And I'm pressing right click and it's not doing anything. That's because of the custom block hover. That's because of the custom block hover. I'll see about that. Hi, what are you doing? I missed something. Hello, what's up? What's up? Let's see how Minecraft does it. Where's Minecraft? Anvil. Let's do the anvil. Let's see how they do it. So when you place an anvil, looking at an anvil, oh, you just right click it. Come on. Oh, okay, shift, holding shift. I have to hold shift. And they managed to do it properly. Let me think about it. They managed to do it properly. Damn it. Damn it. So I have to figure it out as well. If I'm... Yeah. If we're looking towards a custom block hover, it will replace it when we right click. Since the point we are targeting is still inside of the block. Like the logic is, once we collide with this custom block hover, once we collide with it, I just go a small step towards the player and I place the block there. And that works when the block hover is the whole block. But it doesn't work when the custom block hover is small. I could make it so I have an outline just for the right click, which is always a simple block. I could have that, and to save that position when we right click, maybe. No. Man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. When did you start the project? I think I started it in January of 2025, I think. 13th of January. Something like that. Yo, what's up? Just whitelist the torches and have a temporary block. Okay, whitelist the torches, but what about the anvil? Anvil also has custom block hover. When we right click, it just replaces the anvil with the anvil. But it needs to place it as a neighbor. How should I approach this? And the anvils are not falling. How should I do it? Yeah, look at this, how annoying this is. Look at the distance, I have missing parts of the texture. And when I get close, it's gone. Why does this happen? Does anybody know? That's really weird. When I get close, it's fine. That's really weird. Vibe coding? No vibe coding. Hi, nice work. When you started that project? Oh, I answered that. Yeah, great progress, thank you. I'm rereading comments. How should we tackle this? We could increase the distance backwards to be half a block, and that should solve it. That should solve it. That's the easiest approach. To do half a block towards the player. But probably there'll be issues, probably. Yeah, now it works. The top didn't work. The top didn't work. Yeah, and look at when we're from the side, looking like this, it adds it here. That's wrong. It should be a very small distance. Yeah, it should add it at the top, but it added here because it's doing a half a block towards us, which is this block. Yeah, even here, look at this. It will add it here when we are just barely here. Like, half a block is the wrong approach. Should be a small step. But then we still have the issue, this issue. We still have this. But at least at all the other cases it works fine. What if here, let's go with the torch. Somehow they make it work. How do they make it work? What about here? They managed to make it work. Oh! Yo, I figured it out. I figured out what they do. I figured it out. They only look at the current block you're hovering. Which side you're passing through. Is it the top? If it's the top, it spawns it at the top. So even if you're looking here, this should be the side. But it's the top of this little block. It will put it at the top. But if it's at the side, it will put it at the side. Even for custom blocks, the logic is the same. Yeah. Okay, so they do not do my way. They don't do my way, where I go towards the camera. Yeah, I get it. And how will that look like code? How do they know I'm targeting the top? How do they know that? How do they know it? That we're passing through the top, and here that we're passing through the side. How do they know that? How do they know that? Issues with texture stitching. I don't know, man. I don't know. One problem, man. Timer will go mad. Yeah, it just caught my attention. Yep, exactly the problem I had with Texture Atlas. Minecraft also has Texture Atlas. That bug with texture was also in Minecraft. Maybe they do slight offsets in the shader. What if you move the raycast point so that it's on edge of a cube or something like that? No, greedy mesh is not worth it when placing specifically orientation. Let me think about it. So what my idea was here, the point is here when we're going from here. And my idea was to go back one step and to use this block. But that doesn't work for custom block hover. But can we still go back a small step? And with these 2 points, we know that a face, we're crossing a face. Like this. This crosses a face. So here, this crosses a face. What? Oh, it's impossible to cross this and this face with a horizontal. But if we go like this, you can pass it. We have only this. In what way we are crossing? We could find the origin and do something with the origin. Is player's coordinates, frame orientation, spend 2 months. Is it possible to find the normal of the mesh of the block models? No, to find the no, the only thing the raycast is interacting with is the block hover. That's it. Is the block hover. And the block hover is, where is it? Here every block has this collision box, which has a start and an end. This collision box. And in the raycast, where is the raycast? In the raycast, if it has the block collision box, it can have multiple collision boxes. I go through each one of them until the point collides with one of the collision boxes, which is the custom block hover. And yeah, here, this is how I check if it collides with it. I calculate the minimum and the maximum of the current, like the collision box. And if the point is between this minimum and maximum, then the point is colliding with it. That's the logic. But now I also need to know from which side the point is coming. And how are we going to do that? I have to figure that out. I think it's possible if we go one step backwards and to see the... And I have to think about it. Wait, can we use these minimum and maximum? Can we use that? Because here we only check if it's inside. We have, let's say like this is the minimum and this is the maximum coordinate. Let's say this is 0, 0 and this is 1, 1. And the point coordinate here, if it's here, it's like 0 0.5, 0 0.5. And it's bigger than the minimum and it's lower than the maximum. I know it's inside, but we can check maybe in the same way if it's like on the y-axis closer to the maximum. I know it's this face. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. Have to think about it. So here I have the point x and y coordinate. If it's 2D, 3D will be very similar. Um, 3D will be very similar. So let's just focus on the y direction. We've entered here, let's say. Here the y is closer to the maximum, so it's this face. The y here is closer to the minimum, so it's this face. That's it. Sure, but we want to pick one face. We cannot pick two faces. So what if the point is here? It's closer to the maximum x. Like it on the x-axis, it's closer to the maximum. And on the y-axis, it's closer to the minimum. So which one of the two will be the face? Well, to whichever one it's the closest. Here is the x-axis. So it's coming most likely from this side. So it should be this face. This will be the logic. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. And how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? Let me think about it. We can subtract from the maximum. Or we can use interpolation. Should we? We don't have to. Like, how to know, like, here, let's just do in one direction. Here, towards here. And let's say this is the maximum, minimum. Let's say this is 0, this is 1. And 0.5, we'll never get a number like 0.5 from the raycast. The raycast is too fine to be near the 0.5. So how, if it's less than 0.5, it's this side. If it's higher than 0.5, it's this side. Something like that. So here I could, let's look at the code. Here I have the block origin. So these are global min and max, most likely. And the raycast is also global position. I could subtract from the maximum the current raycast position. I could do that. So what number would I get here? Let's say this is 1. And I subtract here 0.8. I'll get 0.2. And if it's 0.2, I'll get 0.8. But just because it's global position, we need to do it. We need to do it. Most likely. I don't do C++, but I do assembly programming. I have overseen this for a few minutes, and this code is really good. Thank you, but I'm sure I can get a viewer that has the opposite opinion, so that's just a temporary opinion. So here, let's say we have like, here we have the minimum is 33, maximum 34, and our position is like 33.8, let's say. This is closer to this side. How do we calculate that? We can subtract from the maximum. We'll get a number between 0 and 1. And if it's more than the half, it's one side. If it's less than the half, it's the other side. We can just do that. What's happening? Like what? Let's see what's up. What's happening? I'm trying when I right click to place a block. What Todd Howard said it works? Compare it to center. Yeah, I'll compare it to the center. This code stands better than any corporate production code. In corporate, a lot of people work together. Some people may just quickly push something to production. Like here is just me, but like maybe it becomes a big mess when many people work on one project. And when I was working in an internship on a big project, like it's like big projects are like millions lines of code. And it's a big mess. My project is small. For now, it's fine. But when it gets more complicated, it will become a mess as well. And especially if I have more people working with me. To not be just me. Here. For each axis, let me think about it. Let's do here. Let's do vector 3. We need to give it some sort of a name. I'll call it just the difference. I'll change it later. But it should be the maximum minus the current raycast position. And now it's a number from 0 to 1. Their difference. And let me think about it. And let me think about it. And for each side, yeah, okay, but we have the y-axis as well. We have the y-axis, and the point. If it's here, sure, that's easy. But if it's here and it's closer to this side, here as well, on the y-axis, it's also a number from 0 to 1. And here it's a number from 0 to 1. We need to pick the biggest one. But what if I need the smallest one? Yeah, it's a bummer. What about this other way of doing it? To go one step back. To go one step back and what else? That will not help me as much. I cannot get the normal here. Let me think about it. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to do like to go one step back, get this block and the difference from their block origin, but that will not work because for this small collision box, one small step back is still in the same like block origin. That will not work. I think I need to do it like I did it in the Java clone. Kinda. Okay, I subtract the maximum values, which gives me values from 0 to 1. I have an array here in the 2D, values from 0 to 1. From 0 to 1. And if the x-axis is... Where is the x? Here is the x. If it's closer to 1, it's kind of inverted. And it's too complicated. Is there a simpler way to do this? To get the neighboring block? Especially with custom block hovers. That's the only issue, custom block hovers. Because they're too small. They're too small. I need to know if I'm hovering the top side of this block hover. That's it. Or if I'm hovering this side or this side. Here the only thing changes is where I'm looking at. Where I'm looking at. Let me think about it. What if I calculate the origin of this little thing and I... let me think about it. The only thing that changes is from where I'm looking at, here. And when I change where I'm looking at, it changes where this dot is. The dot moves around. So that's the only thing I change. Where I'm looking at is the same. And let me think about it. If like I look here, will this block origin be of use to me? Oh, and it's not from 0 to 1 if I subtract from the maximum, because some block hovers have different width and height, like they're not like of length 1. So this, I cannot use that approach. I cannot use that approach. Like if here we're hovering this custom block shape, and here let's say from the side, let's say we're coming from the side, we go in through these dots, and let's try to see if we go backwards, we're for sure crossing here this line. We're for sure crossing it. What can I do with this information? Can I do anything with it? What if we go from here? From here? What's the difference? Because this same type of line could be here. Like there's nothing special in this information. There's nothing special. This line is the same as this one. Like, we don't care about that. It's not of use to us. So what else? We could look at what axis we're crossing over. Here we're crossing over the and there are no rotations. Always the block hover is axis aligned to the like these main axis. Yeah. So when we go one step back, we are for sure crossing one of those axes, for sure. And we can just check which one are we crossing in this step back. Maybe we can do that. And how can we do that? Like, let's do an example. Let's say this is like let's say this is point, what coordinates? Let's say this is 0. And like, can we do it in 1D? No, it has to be 2D. So let's say this is 0, 0. And let's say this is 0, 1. And I don't know. Let's say the point is around here, closer to the center. Does it always cross one line? Yeah, it always crosses one line. Yeah, that's interesting. So if we do and let's say this is like here, and let's say like this is 0, 2, and this is let's delete this. This should be 1, 0, and let's say this is 0, 2. Let's say this is 1, 2, and let's say this is 0.5. 0.5, and on the y-axis, let's say this is 1 for this point, and let's say this point is 0 on the x, and yeah, it's a bummer that it's a negative number. The bummer that it's a negative number. -1, let's say. And so these are the points that cross each other. Here they cross. Which axes do we cross? From the two. There are two options. The x and the y. We cross one of them. Which one are we crossing from these 2 points? That's the question, and we'll have the answer we're looking for. Have no idea. Yeah, man. We do have like placing blocks. It's just that it's not perfect. It's just that it's not perfect. Let's spawn torches. Why not? Let's spawn torches. Torch. Let's spawn the torch. Let's bring back the music. Where is it? Yeah, this is the torch. Let's say it's not that bad of an issue that custom block hover, when we right click here, it's not placing it here. Like, sure, like it's an issue, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll figure it out in the future, because one thing I've learned from like all the months working on this Minecraft clone is that if you cannot do a feature right now, you can always do it later. And like instead of being blocked with this problem, instead of wasting an hour trying to solve this problem, I can do something else that I know that I can already do it. Like for sure right now I can add the inventory, like in this clone, like the inventory. You just render this GUI and I have to figure out left clicking, sure. Like it's just easier to move on. And I can always come back and figure it out when I right click here, how to have it be placed here. Let's see what's up with chat. Depends. This code it depends on the scale of the project. If a project is huge, architecture matters. Learning the hard way. It's always a rush to deliver changes, bro. Yeah, what's up, bro? Let's summarize the stream because we're closing in on 3 hours. And before I end it, I'll summarize what we did today. Today I was thinking a lot on what to do with this project, what direction to take it, and we decided, as of now, temporarily, to focus just on redstone, to not try to implement everything, so to not implement mobs, etc., to focus just on the redstone. Since I'm a single developer, I think that would be a much better experience long term. Then we started adding the redstone with the redstone torch. We added the redstone torch and we made it so we can right click to place items. That was it for these 3 hours. Most of it was just brainstorming what to do for the future. Most of it was just brainstorming. Yeah, but we can place all of these torches. What's up with Twitch? That's Excalibur. Excalibur is called. The website where you can draw. Where is it? Is this? This is Excalibur. It's super helpful. Yeah. So this is it for this stream. We can place around items and we added the redstone torch mesh. And we added a custom block hover for it. It's good enough. It's good enough. I'll end it here. Yeah, bye guys. We'll end it here.